Hi everyone, welcome to A Beer with Brad episode 56. Tonight I'm going to talk about how I'm planning for my fall photography trip that's coming up very soon. But first, let's talk about the beer. Tonight I'm having a Juice City Sessions from Monolithic Brewing. Monolithic Brewing is right up here in northwest Omaha near the 120th and 4th Street area. Juice City Sessions is a always rotating New England style IPA, a hazy IPA, where they keep switching up the hops. I looked on Untapped and it looks like there's almost 24 different versions of the Juice City Sessions. The current version is the New Zealand version, which is made with New Zealand hops. So they have all kinds of, I don't know if you're familiar with hops for beer, but for IPAs there are so many different hops now. And like I said, they have 20 different ones. Now some of them are blends and combinations. And these kind of blended hop or rotating hop IPAs are kind of a popular trend over the last few years with a lot of different breweries. There's one over in Des Moines, Iowa. They call it it's Confluence Brewing. They have the Extinction Series, and it always has a rotating blend of hops. It looks like Monolithic, for the most part, has stuck to a single hop. So tonight, Monolithic Juice City Sessions New Zealand hopped hazy IPA. It's a really nice, not bitter, smooth, easy drinking IPA. Session IPAs are also typically lower in alcohol. This one is only 5.3%. When you start getting up into some of those double IPAs, imperial IPAs, double dry hop IPAs, then they get 7, 8, 9%. So this one's easy drinking and a little lower in the alcohol, and it's fun to try these beers. First of all, the base recipe they have is really dialed in, really good, and it's just fun to try the different versions with the different hops. Always fun to see that. Monolithic Brewing, Hazy, Juice City, New Zealand IPA. Real quick, thanks to everyone that stopped at the art fair. It was great seeing everyone. Wasn't my best art fair ever, but it was a very solid one. When I left on Sunday, I didn't know how it was going to be, but over the last few weeks, several orders that I can directly contribute to the art fair have come in off my website. So all in all, it's turned out to be a good weekend. Like I said, last couple of Beer with Brads, I was trying to sell all those prints. I had all the different old prints over here. Didn't sell any of that. Everything was new or custom orders, but all good. I still have a garage full of stuff I don't know what to do with. So if you go back and watch any of those videos and you're interested, shoot me an email, brad@bradwilliamsphotography.com. So it is fall. Today is October 1st. This video will come out tomorrow, October 2nd, Thursday, October 2nd. And coming up very soon will be my annual fall color photography trip. Every fall I go somewhere, do fall photography when the leaves are changing. And I've gone to Colorado several times over the last 15 or so years. And it's always one of those weird things, like you stress about picking the date. Like you don't want to get there too early and everything's green. You don't want to get there too late and the storm has knocked all the leaves off. So this year, my schedule has been wild. Like every day I have to wake up in the morning and look at the 15 things on my calendar for that day. It's crazy. So basically what I did was I went old school, printed out a blank calendar, and I took a red marker and a green marker, and if it was a day that I was available to go on a fall photography trip, put green. If I was busy, I put red. Got all done, all of September, all of October, and there was 2 weeks. One of them super early in September. I'm so glad I didn't pick that because even if I went all the way north, like in northern Wyoming, I don't think there would have been fall color. Or this later October. So the October week that I'm picking is actually later than I normally like to go. In an ideal world, I would be out there right now. And from some of the pictures I'm seeing, I wish I was out there right now. But looking at the forecast and the temperatures and the amount of green leaves on the trees, I think I'm still good. But it's just always rolling the dice. And so I always stress a little bit about picking the right week, deciding where to go. Early on this year, all the forecasts were like, it's going to be an early fall color, 2 weeks ahead of schedule. And from everything I've seen, and I'm no fall color expert in Colorado, but I've talked to some people that live out there. My buddy Josh, who I'm going to meet on this fall photography trip, he lives out there. And it seems like if it's anything different than right on time. It might actually be just a smidge late. I saw a picture from Maroon Bells from yesterday, I think it was, and there was still green in there, but there was tons of really nice fall color. And Josh told me that he's also hearing that the colors are not only right on time, but the whole state is actually peaking at once. Usually in Colorado, the northern part of the state peaks first, and then it works its way south. He says the whole state is now like all turning at one time, and he says the colors are very vibrant this year, as opposed to a lot of the doom and gloom you heard early on. Lots of reds and oranges, so I'm really excited to get out there. But there's another twist this year. Besides only having 2 weeks, one way early and one super late, the other twist this year is that we are in yet another government shutdown. So we don't know exactly what's going to be open when we get out there. There are no national parks on this trip. I kind of had a half a thought about driving through Rocky Mountain National Park, maybe on the way down there if I had some extra time. Hoping more, well, I was thinking the fall color would be done there, but I was hoping to see some elk. Nice big elk in Rocky Mountain National Park. So I don't know if that's going to be open. But a lot of the places we are photographing are on Forest Service land. And I've seen some things like the Maroon Bells saying, they were going to be open on October 1st, the first day of the shutdown, but then they might shut down on the 2nd. Now they're going to be open the 2nd, but check back to see if they're going to stay open on the 3rd. And a lot of the other, and that's probably one of the most, in Colorado, the most visited areas in the National Forest Service land. We go on some more mountain passes that are in the Forest Service, but they're not exactly controlled like the others, but a lot of them have gates, and you could roll up and a gate could be closed, and that shuts a whole area off limits. So we really don't know exactly what we're getting into. We can't plan several days ahead right now, because, or a week and a half ahead, whatever it ends up, part of the trip it ends up in. But so we're just going to go out there and find the colors, find where we can go, and just take pictures, which is fun. I call it freestyling. I love getting out and just exploring and finding things. We have some areas that we know are good. Some areas that we know there are public, like non-Forest Service, like regular public roads that we can go on. There's some areas through the forest that the highway runs, so they won't close the highway. But, are they going to have signs up that say no pulling over? We don't know. We don't know where we're going to get out there. But all that to say that preparing for this year's fall color trip, I've been looking back at a lot of my old Colorado pictures and really analyzing about what I like and what I don't like about them. And I was going into this fall thinking I was going to try to change things up. Instead of just going to a spot that I think is going to be awesome and hoping for a great sunrise and hoping the leaves look good or a good sunset, I'm actually going to be more deliberate and looking for better compositions. The first time I went to Colorado, I was, very new at landscape photography, and I was just shooting super wide panoramics of literally nothing when, the scene is cool and it's grand, but if you don't have anything that make it a super cool photo, you really only have an area that is like the best part of the picture, and the extra is just almost distracting. So I'm hoping to shoot more with my longer lenses, some more telephoto landscapes, really compressing the scene, trying to get a mountain peak with some closer foreground elements and just really compress the scene. And I really want to make nice photos and not go out there and just spray photos all over the place hoping I get something good. Because I look back at, I've been out there over the last, 15 years, 4 times, I think. And it's just, maybe 5 times. There's some good photos. There's some photos I really like from that trip. But there's only 2 or 3 that I absolutely love. And so this year, I'm going to be more deliberate and work hard on making sure the composition is looking exactly how I want it. And focus, not just being, oh, this is awesome, I love it out here. I actually focus on what I want to take a picture of. My other plan this year too that I want to do a little bit different is I also want to get to some of the sunset scenes a little earlier. I look at some of the pictures I've taken over the years where I'm trying to get like that magical, super vibrant sunset, and I look back at some of those photos, and I see some of the other photos. Like there's some Colorado fall color websites or Facebook pages where, and a lot of those people that are taking those are just like the middle of the afternoon cell phone shots. And I think, and I look at some of the elements in some of those photos, and I think, I'm by always focusing on that last little bit of light with all that, the magic hour they call it. Focus on the very end of magic hour. I need to get there for golden hour, which is, the hour before magic hour, and everything, the sun's low in the sky, but the sun is still hitting things. A lot of times it's breaking through clouds. It has just a nice warm cast on everything. Some of my favorite photos that I've taken after looking at all my Colorado photos are more the golden hour stuff where it, thing has great light on it, and the sun, there's clouds, so like part of the area's in shade, part of the area's in sun. I think I've really missed a lot of great opportunities over the years, because a lot of times I'll get there, I'll set my camera, I'll take a test shot which has some of those elements in it, but then I kind of write it off and go on with my business and wait till later in the evening before I take my photo, or in the morning, or the opposite. I get up, I shoot right away when the sun starts coming up, but then when the sun is actually up and the warm light's coming through, a lot of times I'm already packing up and getting in the car. So I'm going to be more deliberate, and I'm going to stay on the scene longer or work on pictures, deeper into the into the golden hours. So hoping for a great trip, hoping for an uneventful trip. My last trip to Western Nebraska last year, we had all the wildfire smoke, the haze, the dust. It just was, the mornings were great, the afternoons were terrible. Trip before that was to Wyoming. Got 3 rock chips in a rental car and cost an arm and a leg to get that rental car window fixed. So this year, the weather so far, the forecast is looking good. Everything I've seen online of the fall color is looking good. Everything's coming together, minus this whole government shutdown. So hopefully I'm going to have a good trip and bring back some great photos. I'm super excited. I can't wait to go. I look forward to this fall color photography trip every year. And so going to be a great year, and I'm going to bring you along. Got the GoPros charged up and ready to go. I have a little better plan to make some of that video more cohesive, and hopefully after this trip I'll have 5 or 6 great videos for you, and also a bunch of good photos to look at. So again, looking forward to it. Well, as always, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everyone watching these. Hopefully you're enjoying your Monolithic Juice City Session New Zealand Hazy, or any other good beer, and enjoy watching my video. I appreciate everyone. These are a lot of fun to make. Sometimes I struggle to come up with ideas. Today's idea I came up with this afternoon. I had a whole nother idea, but I'm not ready for it. Not been ready for it for like 3 months now, but getting a lot closer to having that. Probably going to be a terrible video now that I've built it up so much. But again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time.